Ladies and gents, once again, welcome to the Nuggetsofinspirationpodcast, where we live to inspire. I'm your host, Masilela, and today I'm joined by the one and only Isaac, the future billionaire, Reatlegile Ditsele. He's one of my good friends, one of my beloved good friends, and same mindset, same vision. Siyapusha. We're striving for success, and I'm welcome.
For sure, man.
Welcome.
Thank you, man.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's really an honor
pleasure.
to have you. Yeah, it's really an honor to have you, dog. And since you told me to wear Wednesday and all that, I thank you for the sacrifice and honoring our invite.
Yeah, man. It's been a long time coming.
Yeah, it's been a long time coming, man. We've been speaking for a very long time.
Yeah.
Some of the people who have been following us, they've been seeing you on Instagram. On our live sessions. But it's been a great one.
It's been a great one, man.
Cool.
Yeah.
So just let us know about yourself, Jayami, and let's just get straight to it. Mungutubuyapi. I doubt it by you originate in PTA.
Yeah. Nah, a lot of people actually don't know. Yeah. So
Sure.
as my brother said here, my name is Reatlegile Isaac Ditsele. Originally from Pretoria, Mabopane, Bogonot. Also Garangua. And man, I arrived here in MP in 2020. 2020 I relocated here, and it's been a great one, man. So the maturing phase of my life has been here, So it's been an honor, but that's actually me. I'm delighted to be here. It's been a long time coming, and I mean, we're about to have a blast. We're about to have a blast for sure.
Absolutely. And I know for sure what's in the next coming few years, man. It's gonna be something huge. It's gonna be something huge for you.
Definitely, boy. Definitely.
It's me and you who knows that.
Both of us.
But I actually love it. You're speaking about maturity. Being here, it gave you or developed maybe a certain type of Isaac. I understand. And I think it's an important part to see. Maturity is the key to everything. But what made you go see, I'm here in this new place and I meet certain people in Telanjalo? What made you to take a choice with, no, man, I want to grow? Or have you planned with, man, I want to grow until this point or something?
So that's actually a great question. Because when it comes to my life, I've been to different places. I think I've once told you about this, where I say, as a family, at my house, it's only the three of us, my mom, my dad, and me. So my parents, I consider them missionaries. They're people who have lived in different places. You know what I mean? So, and I was also there. You get what I'm trying to say? So, I grew up being in different places, surrounded by different people. It was quite challenging because when it came to also education, you have to change schools, you have to be in different places. So, but that was part of my growth, because even coming here, because I came here 2020, we were in grade 10. It taught me a different lifestyle. Being here taught me a different lifestyle, because obviously before coming here, I was living in Midrand, and before Midrand, I was in Pretoria, which is the place that I'm from. But Midrand has different people. If you compare it to Pretoria, it has different people. If you compare it to Kriel, Kriel has its own people, own vibe, and all of that. And coming from Gauteng, getting to adopt a new lifestyle, a new place, it's quite challenging, but I can say that it was God's plan. It was God's plan. One thing that I know about my life is that God intervenes in every aspect, in every corners. He's there. That's the part of it. So maturing came with being in different places, learning different people, lifestyles, and all of that. So
Yeah, and by God's grace, I know for sure uNkulunkulu has placed you in this place for a certain reason and for a certain purpose, and to influence abantu and to meet new people. And fast forward, high school, been like 2 years since it's Pumila school.
Yeah.
So one of the most person who's very influential when it comes to independency as a young person. See, as we know, as the black family in Akon, you have to do something before upuma, or you have to provide, or you must do something before upuma were independent. What is your biggest take, or what steps did you take to a point? I think we once spoke about it. No, this is what I'm gonna do, and independent in a way. So for a person out there, or same mentality regarding being independent as a young person and starting their own lives, what's the advice that you can give to that person?
Honestly, my advice is just go out there.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Go out there. I'm one person who's going to advise you not to listen to other people's advices. I'm a person who's going to tell you to go out there and experience things for yourself. You know what I mean? So when I took the decision to be independent, I took it knowing the situation that I'm coming from, the situation that I'm in, the surrounding that I'm in. You know what I mean? So when it comes to me being the only child, it comes with a lot. You know, there's a guy that once made an example to me. He was like, you know, you being alone at home, there's never a time where you're going to make a call to your brother or sister and be like, let's put in some money so that we can do this for our parents. You are the only one. You know what I mean? So I had to make quick and hard decisions. You know what I mean? I had to make sure that the decisions that I make are going to start by benefiting my parents, and while they're benefiting my parents, they also benefit me. You get, because we are growing, man. We are growing in a country that doesn't have that many opportunities. But one thing that I know about myself is that I find opportunities in places where people are like, you know what, we've tried, and we failed. You get what I'm trying to say? So hence I'm saying I will be a person that's going to be like, don't listen to motivational speeches and all of that. Go out there and experience for yourself. At least when you are going to be motivating a younger you, maybe your little brother, you are going to be motivating that person with things that you've been through. It's quite easy for you to get it through him, because you know all aspects of what you've been through. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm that person, man. I love my independence. It comes with a lot, because you struggle with a lot. We're still young. We are still growing. We are still learning new things and all of that. But as I said in the beginning, I don't do anything without God. I don't do anything without God. Even though sometimes it gets to a point whereby I feel like God is far away from me. But as of my testimony, since it's Sunday, my testimony at church was like, sometimes you feel like God is far and God doesn't hear your prayers, but He's actually close. You are the one that is supposed to be opening the door in order for Him to intervene.
That's
you get
true.
what I'm trying
That's
to say?
true.
He has all of those things that you've been asking for. So if you are a person that is looking to get into independence, being by yourself, just make sure that you go out there. Don't be scared. I was telling you this other day that, you know, even if you have a few cents there and there, just go to a certain mall. Even though you know when you come back you're gonna have 0 rands in your pocket. Just
it's important.
There. Just don't be clustered in the space that you're in. There's nothing here. We all know that. There's nothing. Don't be clustered. Go out there, see different things, and come back and see how you're going to work. You get what I'm trying to say? So yeah, that's me, and that's what I believe on, man.
That's definitely true. Good, like you need to experience Impilo. Corner. We need to live life. We live at the moment as much as we think for the future, but living at the moment is very important. Speaking about the Lord Jesus Christ, God Himself, being a PK, like what pressures did you have from high school, from the place you grew up? What decisions drove you, Uguti? I need to understand with no man. I'm in PK. Is this guy Zenzi? Is this guy Meleng Zenzi? You understand? How do you balance things between being a young and growing up, seeing izinto, and whilst being a person who maybe will carry the vision yababake one of the good days.
Yeah.
Like, how do you balance this?
That is hard. To be honest with you, it's hard to respond to, but not to say I don't have a response to it. I do have it. I have a couple of responses to it. Because you are, as a PK, a lot is expected from you. I think it's a norm that a PK has to live this way. There's stereotypes out there about us and that. And I mean, it's a normal thing here in SA. You just have to grow with it. But honestly, growing up as a PK, it wasn't easy. I think my journey as a PK growing up is different from other people's journey. Because with me, as I said before, that my parents never really stayed in one place for a very long time. So I had to be that person that they, leave with. If they leave this place, I'm with them. They go to a different place, I'm there. So if they're going to minister in a certain place, I'm also there. Even though I'm still growing up. I don't know anything, but I'm still there. I'm traveling with them. So it was kind of hard. It was kind of challenging because I remember in 2021 when I got here. I think we got here 2020 and then 2021, 2011. Things were quite hard for me because it was a year whereby things were starting to open up after the lockdown. So I was starting to experience my environment properly and the school properly, the new school properly, new people and all of that. So it got to me, honestly, it really got to me. This thing of being in a different place, getting used to new people. And with me, I'm a quiet person. I know you know that. I'm a quiet person. I only talk when I know that people are talking about what I like talking about.
Fact.
So I'm a quiet person. So it was kind of hard for me to adapt to this place. It was kind of hard for me to balance things that I was also doing, school and other things. And it got to me. When a person plays and jokes around with this word of depression, I'm depressed, or a little inconvenience, a person just says I'm depressed. I know what depression is. It got to a point in my life whereby I started taking medication for it. You get what I'm trying to say? So it was kind of a strain for me because you start questioning certain things. You start questioning your parents' moves. Why would you do this? Why, when you moved, why didn't you leave me behind? Maybe, I was going to be better. But at this age that I'm at right now, I'm starting to realize that, it actually benefited me in a way whereby I started finding out about myself, who I am, and all of that. So moving to different places was actually beneficial for me. And also, I mean, man, it is challenging. I'm not gonna lie, it is challenging. But even today, even though I'm still out there, and I'm doing my own things, I'm old enough to take my own decisions, and go through whatever that I want to go through. But you still have this how can I put it? You still have this memory, of a certain time, of certain times whereby you were moving from this place to the other place, from this, So as a PK, that really did build me. I'm who I am today because of all that I've went through. I'm who I am today because I never pulled back and was like, you know what, I can't do this anymore. There's a lot of people who go through what I'm going through, and they don't make it through. You know what I mean? Hence I'm saying, don't do anything without him. Don't do anything without God.
That's true.
Let him be by your side. Allow him a space to walk with you. Whatever that you're going to face, as a teenager, as youth, you are going to succeed because he's there. He's there to give you a shoulder to cry on. He's there to give you advices. You know what I mean? So man, it's just a matter of understanding that it's part of growth. Even though it's different from other people's growth, but it is part of growth.
So when the rules, but you need to do this, you need to do that. I think sin has to be dealt with the understanding that Jesus Christ is love. And Jesus Christ loves you the way you are.
Yeah.
Understand? That's the thing that's gonna make you to repent. So, again, in your household, being a that street rule type of a thing, a lifestyle,
Nah. To be honest with you, this is one point that I'm going to give to my parents.
Yeah, sure.
They deserve this point.
Yeah.
My parents never really pulled me to a thing that they knew for sure that I was not going to like. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We've heard a lot of stories out there of people doing things because their parents want them to do those things. My parents were never like that. My parents, especially my father, my father is a person who is a risk taker.
Okay.
So he instilled that into me from a young age.
Sure.
That whatever that you want to do, do it. Whatever that you want to do it. It doesn't matter if it's a bad decision that you're taking. One thing that he knows, this is an advice coming from him. One thing that he knows, if you're going to make a bad decision and you end up going through with whatever that you are deciding on,
sure,
it's going to teach you something. It's going to teach you something. And yeah, man, I've never had that. My parents honestly were supportive in everything that I do. Okay. Even today, they're still supportive. If I were to to make an example and decide to open a certain business that looks like, it's not gonna work and all of that.
Right.
My parents, even though when they see that, this thing that you're trying to pursue is not gonna work, they will be there and be like, okay, if you want to try, go ahead. At least if you fail, you'll have something to say to those who would want to try.
That's true.
You wouldn't be giving them advice. You wouldn't be motivating them not to do that, but you would be giving them what you've been through and be like, this is what you can go through. You know what I mean? This is what I went through. And you also, if you do this the same way that I did it, you can go through all of this. And to avoid this, you can just take this sharp curve and then maybe you will avoid it.
That's reasonable.
So, yeah, my parents have been supportive, man. They've been supportive. I really appreciate that from them. And they deserve it. Whatever that's coming to them, they deserve it. Whatever that's coming to them through me, they deserve it.
That's true. I like the point where you show a good man, like, you learn something through failure. So a lot of people are afraid, like a lot of young people actually, like, they're afraid to take a risk. Now, it might be what isn't this way from England, you understand? The beliefs is corner with man, generational cases and this kind of. So I like the point where show a good, like, failure is the one that actually, like, helps you to teach other people in the corner. You can go through this, but this is how you can do this. This is how you can, get it easier and maneuver throughout the situation. So what's your biggest failure? And maybe the failure maybe, man, like, it has really, like, touched my life, and I've learned this, and I've learned with, man, this is how impeding or anything that you failed at and you found a lesson from it.
So when it comes to that, man, it's actually something that is still happening even now. You know what I mean? Where you just don't have proper management of your finances. So it's a hit punch on me. It's a hard punch on me. Where I really see that this is my problem. This is something that I have to, like, work on. But I am kind of, like, delaying the process of working on it, and I can clearly see that in the future it's actually going to bother me. So I struggle a lot when it comes to my finances. I'm a person who believes in spend your money and you make it back. You know what I mean? I'm a person who believes in that. And it's a good thing to believe, but not all the time. Not all the time. You need to balance somewhere, somehow. But when it comes to finance, I've always been a person who really, really likes money. Even today, I love money, though. Like, I like money. You know what I mean? So I don't even hide that. I don't even hide that. And it's not a type of love or a type of liking that now you are starting to idolize money. You know what I mean? So it's a matter of, I don't want to run out. I don't want to run out because there's a lot out there that money can be helping me with. So I've had a couple of failures in life. A couple. Really, sometimes not being able to, not finding it easy to control your emotions. You know what I mean? I'm a very emotional person.
Yeah.
I don't get angry quickly or easily and all of that. Nah, I'm a calm person. You know me.
Yeah.
I'm a calm person. But sometimes it bothers me, this thing of, caring too much. Sometimes you must care for people, but I care a lot. I care too much for people. It's not a bad thing, but it kind of hurts me as time goes because it's something that has been there from when I was young, where an example maybe, struggling to pass a person who's asking for money. Those small things. As time goes, when you grow up, you start seeing that, this thing is actually not good. Because as you grow up, there'll be people who are taking advantage of you.
That's true.
You know what I mean? Because they know that this person cannot say no when it comes to money. So I can go back again and seeking. He will always give.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's one thing that I'm also trying to figure out. I'm still trying to figure out how I'm going to fight. Yeah. But it's life.
It's life. That's the thing. That's the thing. And being you, it's really important. Nakona, we have different personalities as people, but we get to sharpen our personalities. Seeing and experiencing what's no man. When I'm too kind, you understand? When I'm too maybe quiet, I'm not good in this. So speaking about money, man, we need money as men. We were touching on a very important point in Glini. Speaking about money, as a man, that you need to have money. The world these days have led men to be defined by the money that they have. So if you can't provide for your family, and unfortunately at the end of the point you get to lose the respect in Glini. You get to be considered maybe as a failure, or maybe you get to be considered as the least most important person because ukona, but you are presence. So what enough emphasis is ngayifaka point as men, okay, women too, but I'm not excluding women, but as men living in a country where inequality is evident, like it breeds every day. The emphasis is on making money, man. Like, what's your take on that? What's your emphasis? Man, money is needed, and money can change this, money can change that. What's the biggest emphasis, Jab?
I think that's a good question. Because, when we touch on money, you said something very important. Where you said a person must have money, and it's a society thing. When you don't have money, you get treated differently. That's true. And as men, as you said, that we are defined by how much we have, what we have, and all of that. I think it's good. I think it's actually good that we are defined like that. It at least shows that we still have that respect behind the men word. You get? So these days, especially in our country, men are no longer respected. Men are no longer respected in our country. And as I'm talking about men, I'm talking about us. I'm not talking about our parents and all that. Nah, I'm talking about us. We are belittled each and every day. So I think it's still a good thing that we are belittled in a form of saying, you don't have money, so you don't have a say in my life. You know what I mean? So unfortunately, that's how life is, and that's how life has been. Back then also, I think a man was respected according to what they have. Exactly. You get what I'm trying to say?
But these days I'm a pampas
that's true. That's
I'm a nan and stuff.
As I'm saying, we have to adapt. We have to adapt to today's insults. You know what I mean? Yesterday's insults are not the same as today's insults.
Fact.
So hence I'm saying we have these days, I feel like we have weaklings of men. Men are weak, man.
Bro.
And men these days are weak, bro. Actually us, our peers, we are so weak. You'd find our peers being there on social media, saying, oh, I saw this on Twitter. This girl was belittling us, saying this and that, saying this nationality is the best, and that, you know, they're comparing us with this other nationality that I'm not going to mention. I think, man, we just need to take that. Let's just take that. Take all those punches as men, and then move forward. But if you're going to be a man who's going to listen to all those insults and, you know, step back and be like, okay, they're fine, I'm just going to listen to them talking. Time moves. Let all those insults fuel you into working on yourself. You know, building a better version of yourself. You know what I mean? Take all those insults, make them anger you. That anger, take it and turn it into fuel for yourself. For your character building. You know what I mean?
That's true.
So as men, we should just stop complaining. You know what I mean? So it's a matter of just letting things that are being said about us to continue being said. You know what I mean? And let's not give these people who are also insulting us the power to think that they are winning. You know what I mean? As they're saying all of that, do not revenge by words. We are men. Why are you revenging by words?
That's true.
Revenge by actions. You know, show that, you know what, whatever that you told me this past few years, this past few months, brought me to this. It's not you, it's your words. It's not you that got me to where I am. It's your words that have turned into a fuel to push me forward and build this person that I am. So as men, if you are a man that cries a lot when you hear your woman or whatever, whoever, your sisters, people that you live with, women in your society, take it, man. Take it.
Important.
Push.
It's a change of mindset.
It's a change of mindset.
It eventually changes your character and it changes the way you live. The way you think. You have to provide. Like, there's no other option, dog. Like, you can't sleep the whole day, or maybe you can't watch Netflix the whole day, and it's good, but we need to bring back the manhood in our lives. We need to bring back ubdoda. Saying ukuthi yimi inhloko yekhaya. You understand? As young as you are, envision yourself as becoming the person that you want to be. You understand? Because you can't say, I'm gonna marry at a certain period of time, but you're not developing yourself. So I think we should have this, because siyabadinga labo mkhulu bethu dog ukuthi bas align as much as ngeke mhlambe bas advise izintweni ezenzakalayo manje, but lezinto man, like the way osiphatha ngayo uzumjita, the way you carry yourself amongst women, like we really need labo mkhulu bethu to bas advise izinto. So last but not least, relationships, umjolo, dating, having a partner, relationships as young people. I don't want to say Uti somehow the enemy is using relationships these days to destroy men. As we were speaking about men, women also. Uti, we get into relationships prematurely. Uti, maybe I've come out from a relationship where my heart was broken, or I was disappointed by a certain thing, or I was the wrong one. You understand? What advice do you want to give to a person, Klambe, who is in a relationship with a person, maybe might desire to have that person for the rest of their life? What advice can you give with men? This is how you can do it. You're not an financial or a relationship expert, but what you've learned throughout the journey, maybe of having someone in Bilonyako. What's your biggest advice?
So not really an advice, but an experience. You know what I mean? So I mean, we can do it, man. You know, there's a lot of people who are in our age level, our peers and all of that, who believe that it's impossible these days to have a healthy relationship. And that's false. That is false. I'm not gonna say you're not gonna face issues, you're not gonna face problems and all of that. It's chaos, obviously. We're still young, bro. We're still young, we're still growing. And growing with a person is kinda hard. You know, it's different from growing alone.
Yeah.
But now, if you've invited a person inside in your life, in your space, you must now cater to that person's emotions, cater to that person's priorities. Make sure that if you are that person's priority, you keep it at a level whereby that person is going to wake up each and every day appreciating you.
Sure.
So when it comes to advices, when it comes to that, man, we can do it.
Yeah.
We can definitely do it. And one thing that I can say as a man, this is man to man, you are going to face a lot of temptation. Temptation is there, and it looks good. Temptation looks good. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna put it like this. Women are beautiful, bro.
Yeah,
we have beautiful women in South Africa. I mean, that's known everywhere. You know what I mean? So sometimes you might be in a relationship and then you get tempted because you see somebody who you think is better. It's not like that. There's this other thing that Shebeshit said, that he as a person who travels a lot and is not always with his partner, he makes sure that if he goes to a place and then sees different ladies, or maybe a lady that he likes, you know what I mean, that he likes, he will look and examine that person and be like, what is it that is, you know, pulling me to this person? And these are not his actual words, but there was, you know, this is what he was saying, that if I am impressed by a weave, by a person who's wearing a weave, why not buy my woman a weave? If I'm impressed by a person with long nails, why not take my, you know, my hand to a nail tech, you know, get those beautiful nails
and get what you love.
Because it's obvious that you are looking at that girl, you like that girl because you see something that you don't see.
Sure.
You know what I mean? So it's things that you can simply use money to, going back to money, use money to what? To make this, your madam, look like whatever that interested you out there. But I'm not saying you should go around now looking at women, all the women that you bump into, you look at them and all of that. Nah. Women are beautiful. We have beautiful women. We love our women in SA, even though sometimes they look down on us, but we actually appreciate them. But if you're in a relationship and you are in a relationship with a person that you know for sure that, you know what, this person, I want to marry this person, and this person caters to my emotions. This person caters to what I look at life as, you know, when I look at life in the future, I see this person being there, I see this person helping me or benefiting a certain thing from this person in the future. You know what I mean? So if maybe you are with the person and you find it hard to, I don't know, to hold yourself, that's kind of hard. But as a man, if this person that you're with is a person that you want to be with, find a way to fight that temptation. You know what I mean? So I was telling this other bro of mine, this is what I actually love saying to everyone basically, but I was saying it to this guy. I was walking with him in the mall, and then it was like we saw a lot of girls there, you know what I mean? And he's a person who, when he admires, he will say, hey, hello, how are you? You know, to every girl, like this girl would pass, hey, how are you? You know what I mean? And I'd be like, you are literally in Midrand right now, admiring all the girls that you see. You're gonna go back to Pretoria. When you get to Pretoria, you see more girls, and you'd find that the girls that you saw in Midrand are way more beautiful than the ones that you see in Pretoria. But you have forgotten, you know, that, you know, I saw the prettiest girl. But because you see this one today, you are going to continue admiring and admiring. This one is going to pass. You're going to see more. You admire this one. So where are you going with that? You're not going to go anywhere. You don't have any direction. So just focus on your women, man. I'm not saying you're not going to make mistakes, but just focus on your women. They also make mistakes. We make mistakes. We are still young. We are still learning. But don't be afraid to be in a relationship. Don't be afraid to commit, because there's a whole stigma in our country that, you know what, I cannot be with one person. One person is boring. One person this, one... Nah. Me personally,
still
sleeping around. Okay. I'm comfortable with the person that I'm with. Yeah. It's not all honeymoony and all of that, but I'm so comfortable. And it's a matter of remembering that in the first place, the first time I saw this person, this is how I felt. Not forgetting what you were feeling back then when you pursued her. Sure. You get what I'm trying to say? I don't know if it's a word, but then remind yourself that first time I spoke to this person, I approached this person because of this. Look into that person and be like, yeah, I still see that thing. You know what I mean? Because it's not gonna change.
Yeah, that's true.
It's not gonna change.
That's true.
So yeah, man, I appreciate what you have.
Yeah. It's important. So preferences. Do you think preferences are healthy? Like having to have a certain picture of a person in I want a person like this. I want a personality kanje. Having someone, maybe to meet someone, the top 10 of your preferences, but the other 10 are equal, or the other 5 are equal. Do you think it's healthy for you to still keep that in mind, or should you continue to live or embrace maybe the mistakes, or the smaller things that you don't want him doing, and focus on the preferences that you have? Like, is it healthy for you to have preferences in between?
I think it's normal, isn't it? It's a normal thing, man. Yeah. It's a normal thing because with my woman, to be specific, I remember the first time I even remember the month, the day. We were still in school, by the way, and I'm still with the same person. You know that.
Yeah.
I went crazy when I saw her walk, dog. Even today, I sometimes I would be sitting and be like, please walk for me. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So it's good. There's people who tell you, Tsibona, they prefer yellow bones, dark bones and all of that. It's a normal thing.
Yeah.
It's a normal thing. And there's people who also think in this way, whereby they're like, I want to date a person that I know for sure that I'll have beautiful kids with. You know what I mean?
Just for that.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say there's people out there, but people say that. There's people who live by that. So it's a normal thing.
Yeah.
And one thing about me is that I fell in love with the girl that I'm with.
Yeah.
Just by looking at a few things. You know what I mean? That I'm not going to mention, but I felt like she's the right person for me.
Yeah.
You get my point? So yeah, and yeah, if you're out there and then you feel like you're not finding the right girl with the right body that you want, because there's categories of bodies. So maybe you want a curved girl, a slim girl, a chubby girl, and all that. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's not bad. It's not bad. I mean, we all view life differently.
Yeah.
Because now it's the same as going to a store, a shoe store, and be like, you know what? I need a black shoe. I need a black Nike. I don't care what model it is and all of that. But as long as it's a black Nike, I'm going to get it. When you get there, you don't find a black Nike. What are you going to do? You're not going to buy it.
Yeah,
you're not going to buy it because you want it. You're going to ask around and they're going to tell you, maybe come back after a few days. After a few days, you're going to find it. And then now you're happy you found what you were looking for. So it's the same thing. So if you're out there looking for a partner and you want a curvy girl and all of that, maybe it's the ones that you find, they have the face that you want, but they don't have the body that you want. Continue looking. They're there. They're there.
And finally, God will lead you.
God will lead you.
I think that's the important part.
Exactly.
God will lead you, man.
Yeah.
Man. Like, it's important for us to clean our ears and our hearts.
Yeah.
Because, we meet some people out there.
It's tough. I know.
That's really tough.
I know, it's tough.
That's where it's from Isaac Ditsele. What's the biggest advice, Njam, that you can give to people out there regarding life in general? Maybe putting life in a nutshell. Man, it's important to just stick this thing to your mind. Then it's over sharp.
You see, at this age that we're in, if I'm talking to people who are in the same age group that I'm in, even if you're old, that's fine. All I can say is that we are not here permanently, man. It's a temporary thing. Go out there, take all the risks that you can take. Especially if I'm advising you, a person who's my age.
Sure.
Go out there, man. Risk. You are way too young to be thinking about, oh, I'm scared of taking a certain I don't know, a certain phone a contract. I'm scared. I want to buy it cash. Why are you scared of taking a contract? You are still young, bro. If you get blacklisted, you get blacklisted. You're gonna grow and you're gonna learn how to get out of that list. You know what I mean? So just go out there, risk it all, and because I even heard this other advice from Andrew Tate. He was like, go hard, risk it all each and every day. Go hard each and every day. Don't skip a day, because it might happen that the day you're skipping and you're like, you know what? Let me just rest for this one day. It's the day that things were supposed to happen.
Sure.
And then when now you think, okay, since I skipped today, then I'm gonna continue with this process tomorrow. Then you continue with nothing.
Sure.
Whatever that was supposed to happen, the day has passed. You were resting. What are you going to do? It's life.
It's harsh, but it's true.
Yeah.
And it's important. It's important because, like, you don't have to rest, man.
Yeah.
It's good to rest, but it's good to keep your mind at the goal.
Yeah. And remembering that you are still young. You can put all, you can put it, you can put yourself into things. All of you into things. You're still young. You're not gonna faint here. I mean, like, just go all in.
Sure.
So you're gonna make it at some point. Yeah.
Much love, Jayam. Much love, man. Thank you for
Thanks,
thank you for coming in, man. For the Nuggets of Inspiration. You guys remember to check out Isaac at
Rumi. Is it RHUMMI? dot REA
on Instagram. And I will just post everything around this area. Remember to follow the Nuggets of Inspiration podcast on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and on all our social platforms, streaming platforms, Spotify, Amazon Music, Audible, and Google Podcast. So from the Nuggets of Inspiration, and sorry, Logan couldn't make it today. I'm Logan, all that. So he has few commitments, but thanks for coming through, boy. And much love. I just pray that Tunkulunkulu will just keep us together, man. You really have impacted my life, and sometimes I really think of you, Nish, with no man. I have this body, and I know this guy is pushing, man, and this guy is really focused, and so as much he die, it's important to lose. I understand, and so all the best in your future, talk, and God will lift you high.
Much love.
God will give you all that you need, and you mamas will be with you. Being texting in, it was yesterday or something.
2 days ago.
But that text, it came from my heart, man. It came from my heart. But all the best, Njam. And from the Nuggets of Inspiration podcast, signing out. Peace. Danko.